Hey you guys, and welcome to the book haul. I really got a kick in the butt because I was like, today I am going to, start actually making the list, taking the books down from the top shelf. But a lot of these books today that I'm going to show you guys go on some of these shelves. So I was like, I need to do this book haul. But also, I did try to start like filming like a little clip of the shelf first, and then I was like, how am I gonna make this, because I cannot on my old computer edit anything really, even really I don't do editing, but I do like small, and I can't even do the small because I feel like uploading any videos onto this and then trying to make the software work, it's just gonna, that computer's just gonna go nowhere. It's gonna get on my ever loving nerves. So I don't know, it's probably gonna be completely raw, unedited, but I'm gonna try not to make every video really long. Like, I'll just keep it to the bookshelf, first shelf type thing. But if you guys got any recommendations, how I do that, I don't know. Maybe I'll just turn it into like episodes, and sometimes maybe I'll even do one or two live, because it might take me a while with the way I've been going. Anyway, when I was uploading my last video, I believe I saw a book haul that I had privated. So I don't think I ever unprivated it. So no one ever saw it. So I'll link it down below and unprivate when I upload this book haul. So two book hauls, one very old one from years ago. If you guys are interested, if it was actually there, it will be linked down below. So, but let's go ahead and get started. And don't mind the dog, she's just gonna cry. She's gonna cry whether she was down on the bed or off on the bed. She's my roommate's dog, but she's used to spending her days, now that I work from home, in my bed sleep. Yeah, she just went under all the pillows, decided to live her best life. And I can see my battery red flashing. So let's go ahead and get started. The first book I got is The Narrow Road Between Desires by Patrick Rothfuss. I actually had pre-ordered this, and then I canceled my pre-order because I have said that I'm not going to pre-order any of his work unless it is the last book. I know there's all these opinions about, hey, don't tell him to write, he has to feel it, and versus it was supposed to come out a while ago, and allegedly he had said when it first came out that it was going to be like, he basically had wrote the 3 books, he just needed to edit it down and everything. So all those type of minds. But I got a gift card for Barnes and Nobles, and then this was half off, as well as this other book, so I didn't really spend that much money with the gift card. So I got that one. It's another little novella in the series. And then I also got Herc, Hero, Husband, Father, Villain, Monster by Fanica Rogerson. And this is a Hercules retelling, but not from Hercules' point of view. It is from like everyone else around him. So I'm really looking forward to this. Then the next book I got is Last Call by Alice Clayton. This is a cocktail series novella. I haven't read the first book. It's like a romance where they follow different couples. The first book is called Wallbanger, and they're actually going to be making a movie out of it soon, I saw. So I was like, and then I saw this, and this was like one of the last ones I needed to get. I think there's one other novella or whatever. But Wallbanger follows this girl, and she rents out this apartment, I believe, or someone moves in. But anyway, he has a revolving like bedtime fellas, and the headboard just keeps banging against her wall, and she can't sleep because they share the same bedroom wall apparently. So it's supposed to be like a little fun rom-com, which I'm looking forward to. I'm kind of in the mood, but I want to finish the books that I'm currently reading first before I start a romance. Then I have a pre-order, which was The Chalice of Gods by Rick Gordon. This is another in the Percy Jacksons and the Olympians, and I think this is, I want to say it's an aged up Percy Jackson in this one. I didn't want to read too far because I'm not caught up on this series. I know, shameful. You'll hear that a lot during out this book haul. But one of the things you'll see is I bought a lot of sequels just because I've been trying to, when I start a series, read the whole series and not put it off anymore. So that is what you're going to do. But yeah, so this is one of Percy Jackson books. And then I got this trilogy in the Rick Riordan Presents. And the first book is Storm Runner, and then I got The Firekeeper, and then I got The Shadow Crosser by J.C. Cervantes, and this is about this boy, and he has like a little bit of a lame leg, I believe, and he kind of gets made of at school a lot for it, and his safe places go to this volcano. And one day he's confronted, I'm not exactly sure where, they said I feel like they said at his house, and I'm like, that's weird for that girl just to show at his house, but whatever. And she tells him that the volcano that he likes to go to is actually a Mayan god's prison, I believe, and that it's tied together with his destiny. So that sounds really good. I don't think I've read a Mayan god's retelling in a very long time. I think there's only one that I can specifically remember, that I actually recognize. So yeah, we'll see. Looking forward to that. I actually got that whole series for $8. It was a steal. And then the next book I got is The Conference of Birds by Miss Peregrine by Ransom Riggs and his Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I remember when I was gonna put my feet down and read that trilogy, and then he started coming out with more books, and I said I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I get them all, and they all out, but I hadn't gotten them all. So this is the 5th book, and I actually got the 6 books also at Ollie's. This one was $4.99. So I only need the 4th book. So whenever I get my hands on that, then I'll do my reread. And then the next book I have is The Burning Kingdom, which is Book Theory and the Smoke Thieves series by Sally Green. I absolutely loved her Half Bad trilogy, even though that ending still is rent-free in my brain forever and ever and ever, you guys. But this one sounds very good. If I was 4 teenagers and they live in different parts of the country, I want to say, it's a fantasy land type thing, and let's just say there's politics, intrigues, and demons going on, and magic. So that's all I got. Because I haven't read the first book, so I can't be 100% sure, but it sounds good. So hopefully it'd be another bingeable series by her. Then the next book I actually got was for free, and it's A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith, and I heard really great things about this always, and I'd actually been looking at this cover online, but then when I was at work, when I was going to work from into person work, we had a bookshelf, and you could put books and take away books, so this is what I got. So it was really good. Oops. Then the next book I got was Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, some age gap romance. And then the next book I got was Opposition by Jennifer L. Ironshine. You could say that, ke-sha, you own this book. Story time. So y'all remember when this was coming out, and then at the last chance she changed the last cover. For some odd reason, they never came out with it. Well, then they did come out with it a couple of years ago, and then that was during a time where I was like, I'm not buying multiple copies of books, and I'm just gonna live with it. But it irritates my soul. So when I was on Book Depository, remember, before it went into the ether, I had bought this because it didn't show this cover. It showed the original matching cover, which they stopped selling everywhere. So I'm glad I found it on Book Depository. But then when it came, it was this. And I was like, this is not what I wanted. And then I went to go complain, but then I saw a really tiny font because I wanted to see if I missed anything. It was on their website that they do not guarantee cover, but that had never happened to me. Any specific cover I had ever ordered from there, I had gotten. So I was just like, this sucks. But it's still better than the other one. But I'm still mad I didn't buy it. And this is why I've been trying to just buy books that I haven't, my complete series, especially when they start just changing up covers lately. Kind of like Damaged Like Us by Christy and Becky Ritchie, and I also got Kiss the Sky. This is the first book in the Like Us. I thought it was the Bodyguard Billionaires at first. I read this when it first came out on the Kindle in the first few books. I loved it. And I got Kiss the Sky as well as Second and Charles. And I owned this book before this book, which is important to know. I owned this one on the Kindle, and I had never read it because this one is technically a prequel. This follows all the parents, and this one follows all their kids and their lives and how they kind of get together with the bodyguards and how they handle fame coming from famous parents. And this is also called the Addict series because there was a lot of addiction going on. So I'm really looking forward to maybe having a physical book will make me read this now because I kind of want to read them before getting back into the other series. So we'll see. Just some romancy things. Speaking of changing covers and it moving me to actually buy more of the books, I got Fallen Heir and Crack Kingdom by Aaron Wall. I absolutely love the Paper Princess trilogy, which followed their brother and another girl for the first 3 books. I remember binge reading it, and so I kept meaning to get these books forever, and then I saw that they were going to be changing the covers and stuff like that, so I was like, let me go ahead and get the 4th one that follows 2 of the other brothers. And so I'm down, and hopefully I'll have that same. I've been feeling this need to read some romance lately, but I want to finish some of the fantasy books that I have, so I'm gonna do that first, and then I feel like I'm gonna go on a romance binge. And then the next book I got is You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McGinnis. I really loved One of Us Was Lying. And remember when it was a standalone? Because these people just keep coming out with more books, and then I had the duology, and then there's a third book coming out. Just doesn't end, just doesn't end. But this one follows these three, like, sort of still friends. They kind of still know each other and everything, but they don't really hang out, and they're in high school now. But one day they randomly see each other after school, and they decide to kind of hang out, and they end up following this fourth student, and he ends up dead. And now they all have secret, like, apparently they all had a secret connection to him, and it's a whole bunch of mystery, and I'm really looking forward to this, and hopefully it just stays a standalone, maybe, who knows, but it sounds really good, and for now, it's a standalone, so I might give it a shot, because I need some standalones as well in my life. And then the next book I got is The Book That Broke the World by Mark Lawrence, another pre-order. And then I got another pre-order, The Familiar by Lee Bardugo, which is kind of a historical retelling. I can't remember which war exactly, like, it's not sticking in my mind, but I've definitely heard of it. But it follows this girl, and she's like this scullery maid, and she kind of does these little magic tricks just to entertain herself, and then her boss finds out, and then her boss kind of uses her to entertain the nobility around them, and to kind of gain some, like, social, social prestige or whatever. But then this disgraced general who is losing some battle in a war kind of hears about this magical girl and decides to kind of use her for his own gain. So we'll see how that goes. I heard mixed things, but this is also supposed to be a standalone, and I feel like standalones now, I'm just putting them in between some series so it can go great. And then the next book I got was the third book in The Rise and the Fall by Michael J. Sullivan. And then I got The Olympian Affair by Jim Butcher, the second book in the Cinder Spires. It took forever, but I also am caught up with his Jim Butcher series. But I'm not with this one. This is only the second book though, and I don't know how many he's gonna write. So they did change the covers though. Can't change that. Then I got Slay, which is another book in the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter novel series by Laurel K. Hamilton. I don't even know which book this is at this point. I think we're on number 30. I can't remember. It's been a while. The last 3 books, even though I pre-ordered them, I haven't kept up with them by reading them, so I do have to sit down a month and catch up. But I just kept it going. And then the next book, almost hit you, Cinderland. I got 5 Broken Blades by Mai Corlin. Only one can take the crown. Let the best liar win. And look at that edge, you guys. And then look, when you open it, it's so beautiful. Oh my god, yes. We had a discussion. Don't snip this book, because she tried to bite one time. That wasn't gonna happen if you're gonna be in my room, girl. Wasn't. But this one follows like 5 liars, or like one's an assassin, one's a liar, but each one's kind of like there's a assassin, and everyone wants vengeance against like the crown king, and so they all plot to kind of like kill him. But the problem is, even though they have to trust each other to kill him, only one of them can take the throne at the end of it. So there's going to be a lot going on, and hopefully it's as good as it sounds and looks. And then the next book I got is titled Creatures by Sean McGuire. I believe this is a third and final book. I think it's just supposed to be a trilogy, people, because I can never be sure these days, in that Alchemical series. I did pre-order the first one. I think it was like 4 years ago. I didn't even start it, because at first I thought it was going to be standalone, and then I saw it was a sequel, and then I thought it was going to be a duology, and then I found it was going to be a third book, and I was like, I'm going to wait, because I am, like... She has 2 other series that I'm currently reading. One is the October Day series, and I'm 8 books in, but I only own the first 8 books, so I haven't read it, and there's like 15 books, because I know she just came out with one this year. And then there's that Wayward Children book series, which are really small little snippets, which I really enjoy. And I know some people didn't find them long enough, and I can see that, but it's about like say like Alice goes to Alice in Wonderland, and then she comes back into this world where there needs to be like a rehab like school for these people who have to adjust back into this world that we're in, and it's about a bunch of kids like that, and I really enjoy it. Like, their stories are really wonderful and magical, but yeah, kind of short, although lately some have been getting bigger. That has nothing to do with this, but I just, like, that's part of the reason I really like her as an author, so she's on my pre-order list. But this one follows 2 twins, a boy and a girl, and the boy is really good with words, and language and can learn any language, and it's like top tier. And the girl's the same way with math. And apparently they're not gods, but they're kind of almost there. And then they have this maker creator who wants to like make them into something. Can't really be sure. That's all I remember from the synopsis. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes and hope it's as wonderful as it sounds. And then the next book I got is The Prisoner's Throne, which is the second book in this duology. It's just another novel set in the Cruel Prince universe, which I really love that trilogy now. I've been read it one week again. Yeah. And then this one follows Jude's little brother, I believe. So there's only 2 books. Now that they're out, I can read them. And then the next ones I have both take, it's called The City Shadows. This is the prelude, and the book is called Crucible of Chaos. And then this is book 1 in the Court of Shadows, and it's called Play of Shadows. And they're both by Sebastian de Castell, and they're both part of his, they're set in the same world as a Greatcoats. I really love that series, and it was one of those series that I never finished the last book because I didn't want it to end. And now it's been kind of too long, so I'm debating about just jumping right back into it versus just rereading the first books first. So this is why you got to finish those books, you know. But I'm really excited to step back into this world. These are with new characters, and it's funny because I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered this one like in 2022, and it didn't come out until like this year with this one back in February. They both came out. Like this one just kept getting pushed off and off to the point where I was like, is it ever going to come out? And then I saw this one was out, so I had coming out, and then I pre-ordered it, and then I was just confused. But I both got them, so we'll see. And then last but not least, I got Mirror Heavens, a pre-order by Rebecca Rodenhouse. This is Between Earth and Sky, book 3, and I'm really excited. I'm currently reading it. I've only read a chapter here and there since I last filmed my other video. I didn't finish it like I was supposed to. So, there we are. Those are all the books that I got. You guys let me know down below what you guys are currently reading, what books you guys have picked up lately, what books you guys are looking forward to getting. I have a few more pre-orders, but technically besides my pre-orders, I don't buy too often unless I apparently go into Second and Charles or I have a gift card these days. So you guys happy reading, and I will see you guys later. Bye.